Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 298 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we're going to take a little drive up to Plano and take a look at a really clean lease that we just brought on the market.
And in our second segment today, we're going to continue our series talking about steps in the contract. Today, we're going to talk about what do you do after you're in the option period.
There's a lot of information coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of thought we would give you just a quick update. Typically, we talk about things we've seen that might be a product that you might like, but the market, it's a little bit more on that. It was Super Bowl this last weekend, but you and I both worked the full time.
We did. We worked both Saturday, or you worked Saturday, and then we both worked Sunday.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I went and played. I went to the Fort Worth Stock Show.
That was a good time too.
It was a long day. We met at a buddy's house at 9:30 in the morning, drove to this really cool restaurant that, I told you what it was called, Chef's Point or something like that. And it's been on diners, drive-ins, and dives, and it's got the Guy Fieri thing, and the food was out of this world good.
That's awesome.
Oh, I should have given Zach the picture of David and the
Bloody Mary meal.
The Bloody Mary meal.
Well, it is spring has temperature-wise almost right, but also as far as what we're seeing in the housing. So that being said, interest rates looks like they're going to flatten out and just kind of hang where they are right now. So if you're on the fence, why be on the fence anymore?
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a look at this week's Market Watch. We have had, we're in the middle of the month, so we're not looking at any great changes. We see coming soons are a little bit less, but that's really not that big of a deal for some fact that coming soon is not a required status. We are excited to see we're seeing an uptick there in active listings. That is always a good sign. Option period soft, but that's really nothing to worry about just because we'll see this new active transition to higher options soon.
And pending contracts are up. Number of closings was down 30%. Of course, that was the first week of the month. We always see that happen. Mortgage rates, you can see that they've dropped like 1/8 of a point. That 6.75-ish is, I think, the new norm for the balance of this year.
And one of the interesting stats when we were looking at the Market Watch numbers were that when we look at just in the last 7 days, the active listings, the median price, which is the actual dead center of all of them, that was actually 379. So let's round up and say 380. But then when you take and add them all up and divide by the number, that's the average. The average shifted dramatically to like 668,000, which is roughly well shy of 200,000. And the reason why I kind of bring that up is to be cognizant of what the numbers are, because I think that as headlines are going to get dramatic as we enter into the spring market, you need to know, are we looking at median or are we looking at averages? These are really important things to differentiate, especially given the way that there can be such a swing. So if you want more information, let us know.
The active contingent, the homes that are under contract, the median number of days on market is 40. Which is, we're seeing that settle back out to be a more balanced market now.
Yep. We're also seeing that solds didn't quite sell for 100% of original list price. It was down in the mid-90s, which is fine. But it does say that we are seeing people become a lot more serious about getting it priced and priced right when it comes on the market.
Yep.
Good deal.
Yep. So let's talk about our property.
This is going to be 4261 Stanton Boulevard in Plano, 75093. This is a great, clean house. We helped our clients buy it last fall, Q3, and they took some time. They got it cleaned up, shined up, and are really presenting a very desirable property now on the market.
It really is, and it is super convenient. You're right off Spring Creek Parkway and the tollway. You're really kind of in the center part of Plano right there, which there's a lot of stuff around. You don't want for infrastructure there for sure.
Absolutely. There is hubs and little epicenters that are beginning to blossom up. And I say little, and I really shouldn't, because one of the things that locals love in this area is Legacy West. And Legacy West has really turned into a destination for so many, whether it's dining or whether it's shopping. They're also, and I feel like this is where Deep Elm needs to step back up, but they are becoming a destination for also live music on the weekend. Multiple restaurants, multiple bars have either covers or they actually bring in original entertainment. which just kind of allows you to go one place and enjoy multiple facets of a lifestyle.
And we've been to Legacy Hall, which is up there, and that is such a great food hall.
Absolutely.
So much fun, great indoor seating, great outdoor seating. They've got a very wide open area in the center that they do big screen TV for football games, and it's just a great part of the city.
They're really smart. The PR is also getting in and creating elements that would have not seen this 10 years ago, and it was like they're doing a fun run over there. So it's really interesting to see this grow up.
The second thing in the area that you may want to go is the Rough Riders Field. And this is, or it's called the Riders Field. It's the home of the Rough Riders, which is kind of the B team for the Dallas.
It feeds into the Rangers.
The Rangers, excuse me, Texas Rangers. I threw myself off when I said the Dallas Rangers. But one of the things that's coming up is Banana Boys.
It is called Banana Ball World Tour.
If you haven't seen these guys, they're really funny. It's it's not a real baseball game, but it is absolutely hysterical. And the guys have to be in such great shape because of the antics that they do.
It is interesting. Also, when you're up there, you can do Thursday night. There's a lazy river that is hosted by Twisted Tea, and it is for 21 and over. The rest of the time, you can actually go and enjoy. But this is a really unique element. They also, surprisingly, they have a camp academy for kids for baseball. So lots of things out there. Take a look. If not, at least go enjoy the Banana Boys.
And one of the last things that we wanted to talk about is it's not in the neighborhood, but it's within an hour drive. And this is the Choctaw Casino and Resort in Durant, Oklahoma. This is easy hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes up 75. But if you are the gambling type, which I'm not, but if you are the gambling type mom, you can go up there and play casinos until your heart ends.
They have lots of great poker tournaments up there, but I think the entertainment is really amazing. They've got good comedians. They have Reba McEntire that's coming up on April the 5th. They will have Sturgill Simpson. I believe I'll be getting tickets for those for my birthday, but this is a really great way to get up there and see some live entertainment and come on home.
Yeah. Very good.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at 4261 Stanton Drive. This is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, just over 1,600 square feet, and it's built in 96. And we're leasing this for $2,650 a month.
So this says wood floors throughout, fireplace, open kitchen, updated appliance package. These are 9-foot ceilings throughout the entire downstairs. House kind of looks like a 2-story from the outside, but that's what gives you the 9-foot ceilings.
And I love the fact that this is a very open concept. The first bedroom is in the front, the second bedroom is in the back. There's nice built-ins here, as you see in the living room. I like the fact that you have a little step out, as you can see there, into the side yard, which is, I believe, almost all brick, but has a really nice, relaxing feel. The way that this room also sets up, furniture is pretty easy to set up. Vaulted ceilings, again, as Jeff mentioned, is a nice add. The fireplace there keeps it warm. If you don't need a giant dining room like what they provide right here, that dining room, which we're going to see in the next picture, I believe, that is actually a really great place to create either a home office, create a second seating area. The versatility that this really nice house provides is unique, especially because of the open floor plan that it provides.
And I think you've got the flexibility of using either one of those rooms as the dining room and either one as the living room. Absolutely. Yes, there's a dining room fixture in that room, but it's really great flexibility. Master bedroom is just off to the right of that picture. This is the bar looking back into the kitchen, and Wes was talking about the door that goes out the side, and then it goes around to the back of the house also.
So one of the things that we want to point out is in this unit, it will include a gas range, microwave, also refrigerator, and washer and dryer. So these are really key elements that help people get into a house that's pretty quality and also not have to spend a bunch of money to get into that spot. So
this house, I don't know where we're going to, okay, there we go. This is, as I said earlier, wood floors throughout. They all come into the kitchen. I love the the consistency of the wood floors. It really provides cohesiveness throughout the entire house.
And whether you're eating on the, like as we said, the bar side there with the bar stools, you still have room to create just a small little table that they've set up here. I like the fact that the washer and the dryer is actually inside this, makes it easy to get things done. Pegboard is also in there, surprisingly. Easy way to keep things nice and organized. Moving to the back of the house, this is off the living room and dining room area. This is your master, and again, vaulted ceilings in here. Easy and symmetrical, which makes it easy to locate that king-size bed. Still have room for both of your nightstands. You can see here there's a door that actually steps out into a little private patio as well. But I was loving how big this master bathroom is.
Yeah, it's really good size, and you can tell the separate tub, and you can't. But there's a separate shower right there also where you see the red diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
So it flips back around. You can see lots of walking space. You can count the actual squares. They're 12 by 12, and that kind of gives you a better idea. We also have a floor plan online. One of the things also about this, they have painted the entire house, also had it professionally cleaned, helping it make it that much easier to move in. This is the master closet. Great size. I was really surprised at how big it was. Vaulted ceilings in here as well, plus a window. All of these things kind of really make this rental feel like a true home.
And this is the second bedroom. This is stepping back toward the front of the home. You got a really great light coming into this home. If you did want to have a separate office or outside of the rest of the house, or outside of the other rooms, this is a great room to do it in. Does have a full bath with a step-in shower.
Now, what's unique about this is it's a 2-bedroom, but it is a 2.5 bath. So this is the half bath that's in the living room. Really great way to keep everybody in their own space. We just thought that this house really flowed quite well.
And this is the courtyard down the side of the house. We're kind of standing at the backyard looking toward the front. And here's the floor plan that Weston was talking
One
about.
of the other things too that the homeowner has included in the rental of for $2,650 is actually the yard maintenance and also the pest control monthly.
So 4261 Stanton Boulevard, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2-car garage, built in '96, a little over 1,600 square feet, and it is offered for lease at $2,650 a month.
So one of the things also that we want to point out is at the end of the street on Stanton, there's actually a small private park just for the neighborhood. So that really kind of makes it a great way to both meet your community, but also if you got 2- or 4-legged little ones, this is a great way to go burn off some of that extra steam. In the comments, you can actually see a link. Click on that link, share it with your friends and family. If you're interested in it, let us know, and we'd be happy to show it to you.
And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pew, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you miss the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. And it's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 298 of Sold with Updike Pew. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today in the second segment, we thought we would piggyback off of last week's option period and discuss about what happens when you're inside of it, both for buyers and for sellers. This is a really important time of the contract.
It is, and just to describe what an option period is the period that the buyer has the unrestricted right to terminate. And traditionally, it's a negotiated number of days. Traditionally, it ends up 5 to 10 days. And it's inside this period that the buyer does all their due diligence, which basically means does inspections, make sure that they're comfortable with the condition of the property, do any secondary inspections that need to be done.
This is when I was getting licensed at the term unilateral, because this is the point in the contract where the buyer is in control of it and can terminate for any reason. Typically, the option period is going to be between 5 and 7 days, depending on the heat of the market. Also, there's a nominal amount of money that is actually deposited also with the title company. This money actually comes back to the buyer at the closing table when they close. If they don't, it is then given to the actual seller. So what do buyers typically do what's the first thing they need to do in this option period?
The first thing they need to do is their mechanical inspection.
Exactly.
And the mechanical...
You tell them mechanical, because when I hear mechanical, I'm thinking car, and that's not what we're talking about.
No, the mechanical really covers the mechanics of the house, the plumbing, the heating, the air conditioning, the foundation, the electrical system. It's the overall inspection of the property itself.
And typically during these periods, Jeff and I are ready and have that set up so that it can flow quickly, and we can actually do it at the front end of that option period. The reason why we typically want to push, and most agents do, to get that done is if anything is called out that needs to have, as you said in the intro, a secondary set of inspections, we still have time to get that done. If there's a situation where we know that there might be some unlevelness in a foundation, or we've got concerns that we can see up front, that can actually be done in tandem. So if we needed to have an engineer come out and evaluate the foundation, that can be done in tandem with a mechanical inspection.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between calling a foundation company and calling an engineer and paying for it.
And tell us what the difference is.
The difference is, if you call a foundation company out, chances are you need to have foundation work done.
100%.
If you call an engineer, you're going to pay for that report. And it's really an unbiased evaluation of what they recommend be done to that foundation, if anything. I mean, we've had a lot of reports that engineers do where they will find unlevelness in houses. Like they'll find the bedroom is, half an inch lower than the main part of the house. But many houses out there are just unlevel, and they're not going to be, you would do more damage trying to correct any of that than getting benefit.
And they actually say the house is what the house is, and it's just kind of one of the times to leave it alone. Also, during this inspection period, when that report comes back and you're listening at the summary to what the inspector is telling you, if there's some point that an HVAC or a roof or an electrician needs to be called out, that's when that is actually done. And again, we try to get that and any bids that are associated with that done up front and as fast so that we can present a repair request along with bids that support these requests.
And mechanical inspectors are licensed by the state of Texas. They're licensed by the Real Estate Commission, but they have limits to what they can do. Like they're not allowed to pull any appliance panels off of appliances. They can pull the panel off of the electrical panel, the cover of the electrical panel, but that's really just so they can see inside and see what the connections are. And surprisingly enough, even on brand new homes, there are things that are found in there.
Absolutely. And I think that is probably one of the biggest misconceptions that is out there, is that if you're buying a brand new home that it doesn't need to be inspected, that could not be further from the truth. And this is the line that you're going to hear from a new home sales counselor. The city comes out and does their inspections, and that's really a half-baked truth, because they're only coming out there just to verify and stamp permit and let them proceed to the next. They're not testing every 110 outlet. They're not testing to make sure that the dishwasher is hooked up and that drain line is not clogged. So that is a really big concern that I have for new home construction.
And one of the things that we're running into now in our marketplace is that, if a home was built, most builders used cast iron for all their waste piping system, the sewer pipes, up until sometime in the early 80s. And then there was the switch over to using PVC pipe. And like, we have a house under contract right now that was built in 1983. And we had to have it scoped anyway, just because we wanted to make sure that if it had cast iron, it was in good condition. If it didn't, we just wanted to know that.
Absolutely. One of the other things that I think that we've talked about, what buyers can do during the option period, and for a seller, it starts before it actually is brought on the market. And sellers can actually do their own pre-inspection on a house. Therefore, they're aware of what items could come up or will come up and can make changes either A, based on the pricing, or opt to go ahead and make those repairs now, just to make it that much easier for a buyer to come in and say, yes, this is the house that we would like.
And a couple of the secondary or the additional inspections that you might have done, depending upon where your house is, you might, if it's not connected to the city sewer service, if you've got a septic tank, you'll want to get a septic tank inspection done. Believe it or not, we've had 2 houses with septic tanks in the last month that we worked with. So you also, if the property has a pool, you also want to have an inspection done on the pool. Most mechanical inspectors do not inspect the pool itself. What they do is have an outside company that they work with that will come in and has more knowledge about how the pool operates, how it should operate, and can make recommendations. And they are allowed to give you pricing. The pool companies are allowed to give you pricing for those repairs, where mechanical inspectors are not allowed to give any pricing for repairs.
Yeah, I think that about sums up. Is there anything else you can think of?
You touched on getting all of this done and within the option period, and you also touched on the fact that we have to negotiate repairs and put together a repair amendment. Correct. And have everybody sign off in it before the end of the option period.
It is a hustle. Is 5 to 7 days.
It is, because a lot of times if let's say you've got a 7-day option period, you have the inspection done on day 3, and then you have you have to get a second set of inspections done on day 4. You put your repair amendment together and it goes to the seller, and there's day 5. And then the seller has to absorb all of that information and make a decision about their approach to what they're willing to do in repairs. And then we've got all the documentation to do. So it's a hustle.
It is giving birth. This is the birthing process of the entire contract.
So hopefully you found this helpful. If there's any part of this that didn't make sense, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to talk to you about that. And if there's any other subjects that you'd like for us to discuss, just let us know in the notes.
And just remember to like and share, and also that we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.